if he didn't have anything to do with it, that he wouldn't mind coming in and talking about it. So then after the fight, there was an after party that everybody who was somebody was going to this after party, and everybody knew where.
No matter how strong you are going to be affected by this place.
He said in his confession that Puffy, he put a hit on Tupac and Suge for $1 million, and also he put a bounty on the death row chain. That's not good enough to bring him in.
I don't really see it happening.
Recent revelations have brought to light a series of confessions and allegations that seem to implicate Sean Puffy Combs, also known as Diddy, in a complex web of criminal activity related to the murders of prominent hip-hop figures. These allegations shed light on a dark chapter in the music industry's history, suggesting that powerful figures might have been involved in orchestrating heinous acts for personal gain and vendettas. One of the most shocking claims is that Diddy allegedly commissioned a hit on Tupac Shakur and Death Row Records CEO, Suge Knight, for a staggering $1 million payment. This accusation unveils a sinister side of the music industry, where money and power appear to have influenced decisions that led to tragic outcomes. Further complicating the narrative is the assertion that Diddy was also linked to another murder involving Death Row's Jane, although insufficient evidence has hindered any potential legal action. This narrative paints a picture of a figure who might have wielded significant influence and resources within the industry, which potentially allowed him to avoid facing justice for his alleged actions. The investigation into Tupac's murder has experienced a resurgence, and Diddy finds himself at the center of the storm. A retired law enforcement officer has come forward with new details about a prime suspect, Dwayne Keith D. Davis. Davis has reportedly openly admitted his involvement in the 1996 shooting, even pointing fingers at Diddy for his role in the events. This brings attention to how individuals might manipulate circumstances to avoid being held accountable. However, the situation is far from straightforward. Davis's claims raise questions about his credibility and motivations, as he allegedly attributes blame to Diddy while simultaneously acknowledging his own involvement. This complex interplay of confessions, accusations, and shifting allegiances underscores the difficulty of uncovering the truth in cases involving high-stakes crime and powerful individuals. The timeline of events surrounding Tupac's murder and subsequent investigations further adds layers of complexity. The incident took place during a time of intense rivalry within the hip-hop world, and this atmosphere might have contributed to a climate where such acts of violence were more likely to occur. The existence of an after-party attended by influential figures only underscores the gravity of the situation and the high stakes involved. While Diddy's alleged involvement has stirred controversy and speculation, it is important to note that these allegations are just that, allegations. The legal process requires evidence to establish guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, and untangling the truth from the various accounts and narratives is an arduous task. This complex web of claims, confessions, and counterclaims highlights the challenges that law enforcement and legal professionals face when dealing with cases involving powerful individuals and secretive criminal networks. In the face of these allegations, Diddy's actions and responses have come under scrutiny. His refusal to engage in discussions about the accusations raises questions about his innocence or potential guilt. This silence could be interpreted as an attempt to avoid self-incrimination, or it could reflect his desire to maintain a public image untarnished by these allegations. As the investigation into Tupac's murder continues, with the discovery of bullets and forensic examination of potential evidence, the truth remains elusive. However, the passage of time poses its own challenges. Memories fade, evidence deteriorates, and witnesses become less accessible. This raises the question of whether justice can ever truly be served in cases that have remained unsolved for decades. The allegations against Diddy also bring to light the broader issues of violence, power dynamics, and ethical considerations within the music industry. The notion that influential figures might have had a hand in perpetuating violence for personal gain highlights the darker side of an industry that often celebrates creativity and artistry. These revelations prompt broader discussions about accountability, responsibility, and the potential need for systemic change to prevent such incidents from recurring.